So, this video wasn't planned till much later on, but I just couldn't hold myself. If you know me at all, you'd know that there are two types of stories I love in manga and anime. One of them is a dark, gritty story which leads the reader to a near certain existential crisis, think something like Oyasumi Pun Pun, Monster, or Berserk. Another is the exact opposite, where things are super wholesome and the story is just a fluffy monstrosity that you cannot help but have the widest of smiles through. So recently, after I tormented myself through the story of Onodera Pun Pun and hated every single second of my life, I soon stumbled upon a little Reddit post with this cute couple cooking some food. Right? It was a manga panel. And then me being the absolute food addict that I am, I thought I have to investigate this, I have to know what this is. And I acquired the sauce and decided to further investigate. And I thought I'd land on some mid manga, and my god, I was proven wrong. And now, here we are. Let me introduce you to the manga I look forward to every week, and quite possibly the most wholesome manga publishing at the moment. This manga is named Yaiteru Futari, or in English known as A Rare Marriage, How to Grill Our Love. Though the title may throw you off a bit, but that's exactly what the manga is about. To give a quick synopsis of the plot, we start the series off encountering our main character Kenta, who's been rejected one too many times for the sweetheart that he is. He meets and then very soon suddenly marries our female main character, Chihiro, who's a little awkward but likewise another sweetheart. Now, both of these characters got into a rare marriage through a dating site, but as we learn, both of them are quite compatible and they're determined to make their marriage work. And long behold, we encounter a wrench in their marriage plans as the situation forces them to go long distance and only meet up during the weekends. So far, this is quite a simple plotline, but what makes it unique and what adds a spice to the manga, pun intended, is the cooking aspect involved. It turns out that our man Kenta is an amazing barbecuer, and this guy can cook up a storm. So as this couple traverses through life, we see them cooking various dishes when they meet up, and my god are some of those dishes a feast for the eyes, as they'll guarantee make you hungry as you read through the series. The charm of this series comes from the character interactions between our two MCs. It's like getting to see a new friendship blossom. It's slow and it's steady, and it's as pure as you can imagine. Seeing two good-hearted people meet and get to know each other is something so fluffy to read, and it evokes such a visceral emotion of happiness. We see things like Kenta being worried if he's texting his wife too much at work to the point that it might bother her, or Chihiro wondering how she might surprise Kenta with a surprise birthday gift. And overall, these little interactions make this series so charming and enjoyable to read through. This series is a slice of life, and overall, slice of life is a very hard genre to nail. If you're too obscure and simple, it'll get boring, and if you're too rowdy with it, well, it's no longer relatable. But this manga strikes a perfect balance between being hella relatable and having unique things to showcase as well. The unique catch in this manga is the cooking aspect. Almost every chapter we get to see our characters cook up something new and different. It can be a pork roast to an Indian curry. Every week the readers get gifted an exciting new recipe and remarkable visuals paired up with the recipes that the characters cook. Now, me being me, of course I tried cooking a couple of the recipes. And let me tell you, they work. I rejoice so goddamn hard. Thank you Shiori Sensei for the exciting story that made me interested in the dish and for the beautiful visuals that pushed me to make them. It won't take a genius to know that I'm no expert cook, but these recipes are actually well done and they actually were good enough for me to make and actually taste good. So thank you Sensei for making me a half decent cook. Now to tackle a little bit of the serious side. Looking at a couple of the technical aspects of this manga, the art and structuring is probably one of its strongest aspects apart from the unique concept of the cooking plot. The characters are all uniquely drawn and the moe aspect of them trying new things is just alluring to look at. Overall, this manga is just visually pleasing. Nowhere in the manga do you feel like the visuals stagnate or lack depth. On top of that, due to this being a slice of life, panel flow isn't quite needed, but when need be, the manga doesn't shy away from good structuring, and the panels aren't confusing to read, and you overall know what's going on through the manga. So to conclude, well done to the mangaka on the art aspect. I absolutely adored it. Another technical aspect I really wanted to discuss was the character depth and the development we see of the main characters. Slowly but surely, we see the narrative affect the characters and their growth, and in a slice of life, that's something vital that we want to see. It's something that was lacking in the latter bits of a manga like Horimiya. We see both Kenta and Chihiro change and grow, as well as mature into capable beings who address their flaws and warm up to each other. One focus I'd want is a little bit more on the side characters coming into the main narrative. And to the manga's credit, we are seeing that with the recent arc surrounding Chihiro's dad and the latest chapter reintroducing Kenta's friend. Alas friends, now let me address one of the biggest reasons why I love this manga. So this might surprise you a bit. One of the biggest reasons why I liked it was 1, it had no NTR, 2, it had no complicated romance like we'd see in a series like Scum's Wish, and 3, it had none of the garbage shit that made you feel like you committed a war crime while reading the series. Rather, it was the exact opposite. Most conflicts get resolved in a chapter or two, and the manga follows a weekly arc story structure as often as it can. For a manga like this though, I don't really see that as much of an issue. Rather, it may be one of the biggest positives. As long as the mangaka can keep the ideas of these minor conflicts fresh and add enough side characters into the mix in order to keep the narrative fresh, I don't see why this manga cannot continue for a longer duration of time. Now, to conclude this video on this heavenly, pure, blissful manga, if you're looking for a mindset which screams something like, it's the little things in life that matter, and if you're like me and always wanted a dose of fresh, happy wholesomeness in your life, then this is the manga for you. Also, come on guys, it's about food, who doesn't like a manga about food? So if you want to read this pure romance, it's published in Morning Manga Magazine officially, and I recommend you check it out when you get the chance. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I normally never say this, but please leave a saucy like or subscribe if you found this video entertaining at all, because it really helps in my motivation and pushes me to, make these a bit longer videos, and those video essays like Bakuman and Kono Oto Tamare ones, it helps me make those. So have a good day guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, whatever the hell it is. See ya!